everybody, and welcome to the third episode of Musings with an Internist. And today I wanted to discuss a topic that I'm working on personally, and that's when you find yourself irritated or frustrated by certain things that go on at work. Either you're complaining about the system or the colleagues or whatever it is, and either you're complaining in your own mind or you're telling your colleague, and it's almost like a bonding experience sometimes. But if it's not leading to meaningful change or a change that you want to see in your environment, it's a big waste of our mental energy. So what to do about it? Well, there are 3 things that I'm finding helpful in my own practice that I'd like to share. Number 1 is you really have to start becoming aware of your thinking. And sometimes it sounds so factual and so legitimate that we don't even realize it's an optional thought that we're having. When you find yourself in a place of you feel irritated, you feel frustrated, notice what thoughts go on behind that. And it's usually probably something along the lines of, this should have been handled already, or this was inappropriate, or this should have been done, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, a couple of things. When I find myself in that headspace where I'm criticizing, I'm complaining, either in my head or to somebody else, usually what I'm finding, if I'm so judgmental about everybody else in the system, I'm usually a lot more harsh about my own mistakes, which inevitably happen to every single one of us. So just become aware that those are potentially some of the thoughts that you may be having. And the other thing, a lot of the times when I've been in complaining mode, then my colleague will come and save my ass. And again, I'm not referring things that actually need to change and need to be handled differently. Those things need to be addressed. But a lot of the times I find, myself included, that we do a lot of complaining, but we don't actually take the other actions that are needed to lead to change. So, first things first, we need to even realize that we're having these thoughts and how frequently we're having them. Number 2 is once you actually find yourself in those thought loops, once you get to a place at work where you're noticing that you're getting frustrated, you're getting irritated because there's lots of things thrown into your plate and they could have done this differently, then you can stay in that place and the work still needs to get done and you will just do it and be frustrated and leave work like that. Or you can start shifting your focus into thought patterns that sound maybe something like, well, it's pretty great that I'm here to contribute to this solution today. And maybe this is the perfect time that I showed up to contribute to this. And you have to choose your own thoughts. Maybe that sounds too cheesy for your own head. You pick your battle. But you have to pick something that will lead then for you to take action from a place of energy and not complaining. And in the circumstances where I've been able to do that, and I haven't been able to do that every single time, is I find that I leave work energized and not drained. I'm not bringing that energy to my family afterwards. Number 3 is I really look for people to inspire me at work. And there's so many people at work that I work with in many different settings that have amazing work ethic, that have a wealth of clinical knowledge. Somebody shines every single day, and you can use them as your sources of inspiration to also contribute in a meaningful way. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure sharing my thoughts with you. Please let me know if you have any additional tips or comments, as this is something that I want to continue practicing, and I love talking about this. Thanks.